Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. It's time for some more Rimworld, because there's another DLC that I have not played. Odyssey came out about 4-5 months ago now. I've held off on it. Couple reasons, I guess. One is I've been addicted to Dominions, so I haven't really played almost anything else. And two is just because the main concept of Odyssey didn't appeal to me greatly, just at a glance. The main thing with Odyssey is that you get a grav ship. You get your own little spaceship that's not there just to beat the game, but rather it's used for, like, flying around the planet and going to different places and going up into space and going to space stations and so on and so forth. It's okay, but it's not really anything that we haven't seen from mods, which is a bit of a bummer. And then there's new biomes and new animals, which are also things that we've just seen from mods. So, yeah, and it doesn't add anything that was like, holy shit, this is like a core thing that's going to modify so many playthroughs, like having children or having religion or something like that. So, I think it's a step up overall compared to Anomaly, which is like, for me, you either are doing an Anomaly playthrough or you're not. Here it's like, okay, I mean, a lot of different playthroughs. It adds biomes, it adds new creatures, it adds new quests, and then sometimes, depending on where you're at, you might build a grav ship, you might not. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't really like excite me enough to rush out day one to grab it. But we're here now. We're going to give it a try. We are playing with a lot of mods, of course. I'm not going to do the thing where we strip down to just no mods just to fully experience the new DLC. Nah, fuck that. We've got about 350 mods. I'm not really going to go over them. Most of them are just kind of the things I always run. So if you watch some of my other playthroughs recently, we've got most of the vanilla expanded stuff. We've got, like, Dead Man's Switch and Combat Extended, of course. A lot of the usual suspects. I would say some of the bigger things that we're going to see that are going to change the way I play a bit is going to be the progression mods. These are a series of mods from a guy named Fernie. And they basically kind of alter the way that you progress through the game. They try to really reorganize things and give a sense of progression to a lot of concepts that don't normally have it. One good example that we're going to see straight away is agriculture. Normally, when you start playing, you basically have access to all the different plant types. You can plant kind of whatever you want as long as you have high enough plant skill and the right terrain and blah, blah, blah. What the progression agriculture mod does, however, is makes it so that you have to have seed bundles. So you can't plant rice, for example, until you obtain the seed bundle for rice, and then you unlock it. So we're going to start with only a handful of plant types of crops, and we're going to have to unlock more as we go on, usually through trading and things like that. So stuff like that is going to be kind of interesting. There is a progression grav ship mod. So this makes it so that we don't find the grav engine until we hit the spacer era of technology. So I actually should be transparent here. I actually tried recording an Odyssey playthrough already. I played for about an hour, but I had some performance issues that I've hopefully fixed, and the recording also broke, which hopefully we've also fixed. So, but I discovered I started as industrial in the industrial era, and the idea was that we're going to work our way up to spacer era so that we can get to the grav engine. So we don't just start with a grav ship. Like, it's a thing we unlock. And we do progress through technology thanks to this mod. And this is customizable. It's based on completing a certain percentage of research for an era. The baseline is 75%. So once you've unlocked 75% of industrial era tech, you'll move on to spacer era. That's too high. When you have this many mods and stuff that adds so many technology, that's too much. So I've dropped it down to, I think, like 15% or something, 20%. I don't remember now, but some number like that, which is pretty low, but it's still a decent number of tech. It basically ensures that we'll get to Spacer Era at a certain way through the playthrough rather than just starting there. So we'll have like a base set up. We'll be doing research. We'll be unlocking stuff, and then we can get the grab ship going. And Odyssey does add a new end game, a new ending. Basically, we do a bunch of stuff with the grab ship. We go do a bunch of series of quests, traveling around the map or something like that. And eventually we go to like this mech hive, supposedly. And we have to do this big like mechanoid assault mission. And there we can get this like core that we can then use to achieve the ending. That's going to be pretty tricky with combat extended because mechanoids are no fucking joke. I was careful to remove all the mechanoid like mods, so we're not playing with alpha mechs or vanilla faction expanded mechanoids because those mechanoids are really tricky. And we're also playing with Dead Man's Switch, so it shouldn't be too tough. But let's get things started. So we're gonna play industrial and going over all the starting situations, scenarios. I think crash landed is just kind of our safest bet. It's allows for not too slow of a start compared to like Naked Brutality. And yeah, I mean, we do want to get to the grab ship relatively quickly because that's the main focus of this playthrough. I don't really have a theme in mind other than that. So our goal is just to get to the Odyssey ending. For a storyteller, I think we're just gonna go with Cassandra Classic, Blood and Dust, no anomaly incidents, and just a normal planet. We're not playing with semi-random research. I could, but again, that greatly does slow down the tech. And especially when you have so many tech, it can be a long time before you get, for example, gunsmithing, which is a pretty important thing when playing with combat extended. As for biome, Odyssey does add a few new ones. Like, there's really few factions here, isn't there? Like, practically no one. Seems curious. So Odyssey has a few new biomes. One of them is like lava fields. One is like a mechanoid graveyard kind of area. One is a perpetual darkness one with mushrooms. One is like a glacial plain. And then the last one is the grasslands, which is sort of the most normal-ish one. There's not a lot of trees, but there's nothing wonky with the temperature or anything like that. There are a good number of predators, though. It's not like an idyllic meadow sort of easy peasy thing, but compared to the others, I think it's the most normal. That's what I started on the last time I tried this, so we're going to go with that again. There you go. Now it's crowded. So grasslands looks sort of like no, it's grassy. Oh. Similar to the temperate forest, but not quite. Grassland, there you go. Of course, a lot of pollution there. We could be on the ocean. Features in this tile: extreme temperature fluctuations, wild swings between scorching days and freezing nights, challenge survival and crop stability. Yeah, I don't know about that. We could be on the ocean. I'm not entirely opposed to it. Obviously, we're not going to have a lot of structure in the grasslands as far as rocky terrain and things like that go. Oh, fested with Feralisks. Great. Fun stuff. I don't even know what mod does this. Caldera. It's pretty cool. We did that, though, in, like, the last recorded playthrough. The Road to 1 million, I think. I don't know. I'm fine. Just sort of a normal... wild cotton plants. That would be kind of handy. It is muddier than normal, though. Average temperature of 86 degrees, so it's pretty warm. But, yeah, okay. For an Ideologian, we're going pretty basic here just to start. We can expand later on, but we're just going to go with Emancipation. So we are anti-slavery. And our plucky colonists. That's a pretty nasty stab scar on your eye. Gourmand and lush and jealous. Rough. Okay. Good plants, good animals. Good melee and good shooting. And an okay intellectual. I think you're gonna be one. You're a medieval doctor, but you have, like, no medical skill. This one has okay cooking, passion for mining. Not much else, but they are sanguine, which is really handy. And brave, which is pretty handy. I could see maybe taking Ray. It's not great, though. A lot of passions, but this is a critical in melee, which means that everything else suffers quite a bit. I mean, 525% fucking learning speed for melee is nuts. But if you look at, say, crafting, it's actually 44%. But it's a decent medical skill. 44% is not too bad. But I don't know. I don't know what I'd really have you do most of the time. I like general workers, you know, things like sort of multi-talented with a decent spread compared to, like, I have 14 intellect, you know, I have 14 plants, so I can plant my ass off. It's like, yeah, that's good, but I need more than that. So, yeah, I mean, a gourmand, lush, jealous, it's pretty rough, but I like the spread overall, although also addicted to alcohol. Yeah, it's probably a no-go. Okay, here we go. Sanguine, martial artist, talent for engineering, passion in construction, 9, double passion in melee, got 8 mining, passion, obsessive in plants, crafting. This is a good one, yes. Okay, that's a good spread. So what are we really missing then? Well, mostly a cook, I suppose. A cook and maybe a better doctor. No, alcohol addiction. A lot of passions. Not much in the way of medical, though. But good double passion intellectual, cooking, construction, plants. Pretty nice. Okay. I'm okay with this. We got 3 women. Okay. We are in the grasslands. Alright. So, we have no water. Like surface water, which is a little annoying. Not a deal breaker. As far as wood, yeah, obviously not an abundance. So that's going to be something we got to keep in mind. Steel. Not as much as I'd like. Yeah, I think resource-wise, we're going to be a little short-handed. But, you know, the grab ship can get us more steel. If this is rich soil, yeah, okay, we have a lot of soil. That's great. I think we're gonna start by moving things with my favorite new mod, multi-reinstall. Yeah, this is mud. Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna reposition things from there, but we just start just to move this shit over. We got more steel walls up there. More steel walls up there. More steel walls up there. That's all gonna come down. All right, let's make a new stockpile zone. This is going to be for chunks and raw resources that aren't wood or plant matter. Okay. Oh, whoops. That's a big no on the repair. What did we get for our pet? We got a female Maine Coon. Yeah, it's quite a bit of labor. And we didn't quite get beds set up yet. Now, had I just built something, yeah, we definitely would have gotten it done. But this is free, and that has value, especially because we're playing with a mod that gives us a boost, initial optimism to our mood for the first few days. So it could be worse. Okay, furnish, wooden bed. We don't want to spend wood on too much that's not our generators, but I mean, come on. You want to sleep on a wooden bed. Nearly there. There you go. Okay. We got our central building. We got our little bedroom. We'll need a bathroom set up. Should try to offshoot that right here. Grab some more bronze. You know, we're utilizing the fruits of the land. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start with just a latrine and a well. No need to get fancy here. And we'll want to set up a freezer. Should also start growing crops, which brings us to our seed bundles. So we always start with cotton and heel root and psychoid. And then we get two random sort of edible ones. So we got olive tree and watercress. Watercress not going to be too useful to us. And olive tree is going to be very slow going. I think if we harvest enough berries, we can actually make a seed bundle out of them. And start growing berry bushes or something, which would be better than not having berry bushes. But we also probably should start growing olive trees. We can also grab wild cotton, which might not be a bad idea. You have 8 shooting and you have 2. So we're going to give you the bolt action. Yeah, I guess we'll give you the gun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's... Okay, well... We're gonna open all these bundles. Alright, so that unlocks all that. And then, olive tree. Interestingly, olive trees show a marked preference for rocky soils, flourishing on them. Rich soils are actually detrimental to them. They will also live for a very, very long time, far longer than other produce trees. Contrary to other tree produces, olives can't be eaten raw. That's not in itself really a deal a breaker or anything. But the big problem, yeah, is 28-day growing time. We can't rely on it for food. Rocky soil. Well, I do have some. Okay. Normally, I would never grow olive trees, so that's why I kind of like this mod. Forces you to do stuff you wouldn't normally do. Instead of just growing rice for the 100 billionth time. I'm not gonna go crazy, it is a decent amount of labor to do, but... Yeah, we're gonna set this to olive trees. I could spend time growing psychoids, but that's a secondary concern compared to food. So mostly we're just interested in berries. And I have to figure out where I can actually put them together. I would assume maybe just a crafting spot. Or it might be on the product itself. Produce. The other thing I want to do is get a freezer put together. So we're going to do a little bit of a tumorous growth here. Don't need a super fancy or super large one. Just enough to get the job done. Concrete would keep the heat in, but people tend to move in and out of my freezers a bit too much for that. Almonds, huh? Wow, I love these. Look at these bird animations. Holy shit. That's from Odyssey, right? That's a new thing. That's crazy good. That animation right there, that makes me wish that we had Rimworld 2. Like, can you imagine what they could do if they just started from the ground up? Okay. I may have to go to the... I may have to go to the mod here. A seed packing bench. or a seed packing spot. Okay. So... well, it sure unlocks a lot of shit. Unlocks recipe package bundle. Yeah, okay. Well, then I must have just missed it or something. Yep, there it is. Seed packing spot. Okay. Yeah, so I think berries are going to be our primary focus. Berry bush seed bundle. We want someone to do that. Okay. So now we got that, and then we can then open it. I know, it's kind of weird, but yes, now we can actually make berry bushes. Look at how long this is. We're going to set this to low priority. Zone. Growing zone. Okay. Berry bush. Excellent. Yeah, I think that's a cool mechanic. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's get... I left a gift. Get a generator going. And we're gonna get a cooler. What did you leave? Oh, 2 medicine. Nice. No storage space. Yeah, we can get a little... some chairs going on. Yeah, getting that free cotton would be kind of nice. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Food and corpses. No. Animal corpses, not rotten ones. Yeah, obviously we're gonna have to make that quite a lot bigger. But it's a start, we're getting started. Got berry bushes coming in. Good. A mad squirrel. Gonna hit. Yep. There you go. To be fair, that's a tricky shot, I think. Oh yeah, we can get a little fun time going on. A little recreation stuff. Nothing beats the classic horseshoe pin. There you go, now they're partying it up. it's 96 degrees out. Also, probably shouldn't put my generator right next to the freezer. Okay. Alright. We're off to a solid start. Crash landed. Never too tricky. We still have quite a lot of packaged meals, so I'm not in any great hurry. Can't quite see. How do you rotate? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. You're sleeping next to the ancient giant cargo? Enjoying yourself? I have a pretty good amount of steel, so I shouldn't be too squeamish about using it. But we still want to use as many of these walls as possible. I would like to have... separate bedrooms for everybody. I'd also like to have a storage building, but I also really like to expand this freezer quite a bit. Okay, let's build separate bedrooms. Just move all that over. Do you think that's a really inefficient way of doing it, I guess? As far as movement is concerned. But hey, this is Rimworld. It's a pretty chill game. We don't have to sweat too much. What did we get? A bunch of salt. There's gonna be a lot of berries. Also, we probably should set up my preferred sleep schedule. There is also the matter of defenses. That's true. Early on, it's not too essential with combat extended, because usually you're going to get hit with like one or two guys with clubs, and the bolt-action rifle and revolver just kind of shred anything. There are outliers that can occur, in which case we're just kind of fucked no matter what, but best not to worry about that. There you go. Prepare for a while. It's one guy with a steel knife. Honestly, he's probably pretty fucked. Shouldn't really waste any more ammo on him. But if he insists... There you go. Yeah. Like I said, pretty simple to start. It is hot, so probably should put in another cooler in the main room, or actually in the bedroom. Just like a standing cooler. Right, okay, bedrooms. Probably just do it up here, I guess. Yep, it's a fun little process. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Okay. That is good enough. Not great bedrooms, but hey, it's your own bedroom. What more do you want? Beggars can't be choosers. We're also probably going to put some vents in. Okay. And yeah, I'm the type of person that's going to build the hidden conduit for a little extra. So it looks right. Fine. Okay. So that's good. Next, I would probably concern myself most with the perimeter wall. I'm tempted to... I don't know, moving all this stuff would take quite a lot of labor. But I am just very concerned about our resource. We don't have much wood, and we don't have much steel in the long run. So... Although there's these boulders now that contain ore. This is from Regrowth 2. It's kind of cool. Maybe. It's a lot faster just to deconstruct all these walls and rebuild the walls. That's probably what I'm leaning towards. We're getting close to running out of meals. Berry bushes are about half grown. May have to slaughter some stuff. Lean Praetor, man-hunting prairie dog. I will accept that. I think it might be with Anita. Just because she has, not much in the way of combat skills or anything. There's a Feralisk immediately hunting him for food. I thought it was a prairie dog you were on the run from. And here, it's Feralisks. I think you're gonna die. Oh yeah, you're fucked. I didn't even know I had Feralisks. Now we know. Now, ordinarily, I would do a setup where we have a whole perimeter wall, and then we do like a kill box, like an open kill box with maybe some traps in there, things like that. But I gotta say, there is a lot of benefits to having a fully enclosed perimeter. Especially on a map like this where there are a lot of predators afoot. So we might do it with a perimeter wall with like a door that I can just pop open if we do get raided to try to corral the raiders. But most of the time it's just fully enclosed. Just kind of a lot handier. Yeah, as expected, we didn't get a whole lot of steel out of deconstructing. Perimeter wall is not going to be cheap. Assuming we do kind of the bare minimum here. Yeah, look at that. You're already looking at 500 or so just for this line. I have to mine, so get to it. I don't know if that was really the bare minimum. We could have condensed it, but, you know, I wanted to use the terrain. If you don't use the terrain, then you gotta just build it freehand, and that costs its own sort of stuff. Do want to make sure we have enough for an electric stove. A bison, self-tamed. I don't really have anyone good with social. See if he'll buy my bison. He won't. No, he won't. Yeah. Gained 1 social experience. Yeah, put a pretty major dent in our steel supply. This is all muddy terrain. I think we're gonna... Yeah, I think we're gonna cut across our rich soil there a bit. We got plenty of rich soil. What do we have for cooking? 3, so I can't even do fine meals. Having the tamed bison could be valuable, though. It's a female. Wool out of it. Okay. Yeah. Damned expensive. But a nice base. Nice. Dennis works fucking quick as hell. Food's pretty low, but berries are nearly here. I'm gonna go ahead and build a pen marker. And we'll make this whole thing our big pen. And we're gonna kill this warg. Perfect. Next, I'll have to go around and chop down a lot of wood. But I gotta get a storage room built in. I gotta expand the freezer more. Especially our berry harvest is gonna be pretty crazy. Yeah, normally I like those food baskets, but it doesn't look like I have those. So I could just go for pallets. The woven baskets are really good. But I'd have to specifically get hay, and I can't really get hay. The granary would be awesome, but again, I need hay. So for now, we're probably just looking at these containers. I might make them out of wood. So right now, it's a little bit more available. Wood regrows, at least. Berry bush is ready to harvest. Yeah, it's not the best crop we could ever hope for. But it's what we got. It's what we're gonna work with. It's gonna keep us alive. Yeah, I mean, I do think we're gonna need this container. Go with wood. That's 10 berries a meal. These are producing what? Like 8 or something? They're attacking immediately. Okay. Well. It's got a Caltech CP33, but only one shooting, so that's okay. He's got a Zastava M70AB2 with 0 shooting. Okay, well, I can't say I'm excited about it, but could be worse. Nighttime makes it a little tricky. Come on. There you go. Alright. That's a 22 long rifle. That's not... It's not too promising. I mean, it's better than not having a gun, I suppose, but not by much. Okay, and then this guy is probing for weaknesses. You know, he'll probably leave eventually. Turns out it takes quite a while to bash your way through a steel wall with a beer bottle. They dropped a Colt Delta Elite 10mm auto. Only 8 bullets for it, though. Not a bad handgun. Okay. Ooh, free Muffalo. That's pretty good. He hasn't given up yet? Sorry, guy. You know, he's not worth the ammo. Heat stroke, huh? It is 106 degrees outside. Can't argue with that. Probably should build another cooler. And a psychic soothe on female. Nice. Thinker of Pantheism. Yes, I suppose we could do that. Once I find out where, and there it is. Thinker of Pantheism is the moral guide, so I guess that'll be Anita. I'd have to get a burqa or a brimless hat. I doubt I'll get a burqa or a brimless hat anytime soon. So she'll be upset about that, but the others were upset about not having a Thinker of Pantheism. So, you know, I think it's worth it. Okay. I think we probably want to just move the bathroom. Let's extend this freezer out to here. And we'll then move the bathroom somewhere else. Easy peasy. We'll just move the bathroom next to it. Right. There you go. And we'll just deconstruct the rest of that shit. Okay, good. Now we got a little bit more room to work with. And we can get a nice little butchering table going. Butcher until you got a couple hundred meat. Excellent day. Transport pod crash. Sam from the Deer Clan, my mortal enemies. Yeah, I don't think we need Sam. I don't think we need anything Sam's offering. He will die a painful death out there. Alright, so berries, we're sitting on 946, which is, what, 94 meals? Just from that, that's pretty good. We just gotta get cooking up to 6, and then we can... Yeah, some escaped genetically modified monstrosities are attacking my colony. There's a rabbit chicken and chicken rabbit roosters. Chicken bear rooster. This is probably where I would just lock the door and stay inside for a few days. Yeah, the predators will get to him, don't worry. And a raid from the Miasma Psychers. So we got one guy with tox grenades. No, both with tox grenades. Well, that's sort of nasty, isn't it? Well, when it rains, it pours. Curious what they'll do. They're gonna get attacked by this chicken rabbit rooster, I imagine. And all they have is tox grenades. Which I guess will bother it. More so than them. It's nice when problems just kind of sort themselves out. Okay. Well, there you have it. Detected a steel mining worksite nearby. That would be pretty nice, I gotta say. Although it's 200 steel, it's not really much. But it's relatively close, and it's 2 people. I'm sure I could take it. 200 steel is just really not much. Not nothing, but not much. Next, yeah, I mean, we'd probably start to get research going. We want to get gunsmithing going pretty quickly, because ammo does run out. And I'd hate to rely on 22 long rifle. So I should set up sort of a research / production building. And I suppose a storage building as well. Decent amount of wood. We could get flooring going, I suppose. Some rich mahogany. People appreciate it, you know? Look at how fast fucking Dennis works. Henriette. 46-year-old. Building like a machine. Yeah, more wood though wouldn't be a bad thing. Should put in another door. Yes, lovely flooring. Blood moon. Okay, we are going to chop down some of these trees here. Oh, now a psychic drone. Right. What's your deal? Low psychic drone minus 24. What the fuck? Also, we have terrible food variety. Can't do much about that. And tattered apparel. Well, why are you wearing a fucking parka anyways? It's 100 degrees out. Oh, good. 2 of my colonists have gotten the fucking plague. Who's my doctor? Dennis. Of course. Extraordinaire. 5 medical's not much, though. Yeah, I would have... There you go. Yeah, I know. You're gonna have to repair stuff. Oh, that's not good. Man, they're really going at it. She's not letting up. Can you... I can execute. Oh, God, this is brutal. The fuck? Oh, she's not done. Now you're going after Dennis. That's your doctor, you dumb bitch. You weren't done? You have the plague, you stupid idiot. This is your doctor speaking. Fuck. Dude, what is up with this? Crazy, man. She never stopped. That was like a 24-hour berserker rage. How does that even work? I think you're gonna have to self-tend. I don't know if anyone really good. Well, yeah, probably self-tend. That was fucked up, man. Gotta treat her for the plague. She should be okay, yeah. And then Yukiko is okay. Assuming we don't pick up any other illnesses now. We're out of power. Yeah, medical emergency. Oh, Yukiko got sanguine. Yeah, that's almost worth the whole ordeal. Wait, that fucking chicken rabbit rooster got back up? Then it died immediately to a hyena. Okay. Yeah, definitely, you know, some performance issues. No doubt about it. We have a lot of berries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do much else with berries. You think you can make desserts with them? Simple desserts? Yeah. So that would be something we could do. Assuming, we have this set up for simple desserts, which we do. There's a cheetah hunting Dennis. That's not good. Dennis can't handle a cheetah. Dennis is going to get caught by the cheetah. Dennis must fight a cheetah. Dennis got fucking killed by the cheetah. Bit his head clean fucking off. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. I didn't count on that occurring. I guess Anita is our new constructor. She's pretty good. Yeah, that could have gone better. Yeah, yeah. Let's just not go out. How about that? Let's just not go outside. Well, we're gonna need another colonist. That's for sure. We're also pretty light on steel. Sitting at about 211. Which means that I do have to go out to get steel. I think Dennis was also our miner extraordinaire. Yep. So that's not good. Okay, let's just fucking put a moratorium on this fire beating. Okay. All cool with that? Also means I lost my good doctor. We're really gonna have to pick up another colonist soon. And you don't have anything to do. Yeah, we should really get you on research. Okay. Let's go ahead and build a simple research bench. Yes, it has bad temperature. I know, I know. We're gonna get some hidden conduits going here. Oh, great. Little botched construction never hurt anybody. And unfortunately, Yukiko still kind of out of it. Oh, now you're fully healed. Good. Yeah, these thunderstorms, man, on the grasslands is not great. Right. So as for research then, psychoids would help with mood. Give me something else to grow, and it would be a cash crop. But ammo is also pretty damn important. Could go for gas extraction, because I do have a gas geyser right here that I could utilize. I don't think electricity is that major of a concern right now. We have a decent amount of wood. So, yeah, maybe psychoid brewing. Yeah, that was a pretty big bummer, losing that guy. That was not great. "40-year-old military surplus supplier chased by an unknown threat. He's wounded and unable to move." Well, construction's pretty good. Hard worker's pretty good. Steadfast is good. But outside of... I don't know. Not a great option. Why are you cooking so much? Oh, desserts. That's right. It's always hot as balls. Also, no traders ever come around. It's annoying. I have a lot of berries. I could sell them. Too many berries, maybe. Now you're in a sad wander because Dennis died? God damn it. Things are falling apart, man. Yeah, and she just could not calm her down. Oh, and good, we get another dry thunderstorm. Of course we do. Hey, someday you'll have olives. A long time from now. So many berries. My pallet, my container's overflowing with berries. But hey, the desserts are helping with mood. Psychoids will help with mood. She hit level 6 cooking. So if I wanted to start getting some meat. Easier said than done. And hey, we get some bison wool. Nice. I don't really want to waste ammo on meat at the moment. I don't really need fine meals. So we'll hold off on that for now. I don't think any of them have good animal skill. No, he has 8, so I probably should go and tame a male bison. Yeah. What's the penalty there? 80% chance. Pretty good. Yeah, 80% no chance of attacking on failure. Okay. Oh, Mad Bison. Great. Hmm. Yeah, about that, what happened to your rifle exactly? Okay, you have it. Okay. Not opposed to this plan, I suppose. Nice. Alright. Well, things could be worse, I suppose. Raids are pretty few and far between, and we do have a nice protective wall. For the most part, didn't save Dennis's life. But, I mean, the kill box wouldn't have saved his life either, so it just is what it is. Alright. I think I'm probably going to leave it off here. I think we're in a slow phase for now until I can get some more colonists. So I'm just going to keep plugging along, keep doing a little research where I can, hopefully get some psych IT, keep our moods up. And hopefully a trader comes along eventually that I can offload a shit ton of berries onto. And then, yeah, I mean, the playthrough is going to be based around the grab ship eventually, but we got to do a lot of work to get there, so I don't mind playing on my own for a while. Just to get situated, get comfortable, and start researching some stuff so we can get to the Spacer era. So yeah, we'll pick it up at some point where I feel ready to pick things up. But that's certainly not right now. Things are pretty slow. A raid from the muggers attacking immediately. Well, that's something. 3 of them. With a CZ75 compact, SIG P320, and a bolt-action rifle. I guess I shouldn't dilly-dally. Hoping maybe they'll shoot and clip one of the bison. Oh, what a fucking snipe! Anita, you might want to help. I gotta reload. You were supposed to be reloading. Do I not have ammo? No, I definitely do. Ooh! Oh, that'll do it. Okay, maybe you can shoot him. Oh. Oh, nice. Well, he is a what? An Avaloy. Extremely psychically sensitive humans. That's fine. I could take that. You're good at cooking. Good shot, good melee. Not too much else. Your left lung just got destroyed. You're a coward, but that's okay. I could, but I don't really need a cook. As for Porter, he's 71 years old. He's frail. He's a prude. Gourmand. He's good shot, good melee, 7 cooking, 16 social, 7 medical, 10 intellectual. Well, I suppose we could work him for what he's worth. Problem is going to be keeping him alive. Okay, we're gonna need a mass grave. New type of mass grave. I like that. Okay, you're our best doctor, so you're gonna handle it. Wrong one. No, no, no. Get the good stuff. This is someone we want alive. Well, luckily, we put him down pretty easily, pretty quickly. Yeah, I know. I know, I know. Okay. I don't have super high hopes for Porter or anything, but you know, he's better than not having a colonist, probably. Yeah, she's just not having a good go of it. The food variety is going to continue to be an issue for a while. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have anyone great with social, so gonna take a while to convert him and blah 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 blah. Yeah, we can do that though. Royal Tribute Collector. Doesn't really help us. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. We'll see if Porter ends up joining. If something happens to him, if he catches plague and dies because he's so old and stupid. Hopefully we can get some bison going, so we have a reliable meat farm. Get Psychoid Brewing going, so that we can enjoy some tea. And then, yeah, we'll just keep plugging along. For now, though, my name is Mangg. This has been Rimworld Odyssey. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.